everything's changing. We're talking about inflation, right? We think inflation's bad. Here's the thing. This is about to get really scary. Holy smokes. Look at this aisle here. Mark my words, you guys. Get your supplies ready now. How do you get by? You know? So that's a little concerning to me that the lower end price point macaroni and cheese has been completely wiped out here.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real.
I hate to say it, but when I was growing up, I used to always believe that the news would always let us know what was going on. My family used to always rely on the news as the primary source of information. And unfortunately, I've discovered that they have severely let us down. Unfortunately, many people have yet to realize what we've realized many, many years ago. And we've been talking about shortages, food shortages, empty shelves situations. And a lot of people were thinking that the empty shelves situation has ended since we're, kind of on the other side of the pandemic. I mean, is it a pandemic? Is it an endemic? I'm not really sure what they're calling it these days, but lots of things are changing. First of all, you got the Federal Reserve recently raised the Fed Reserve rate 0.25 points. That's 25 basis points. And we're expecting another 6 or 7 rate hikes just for 2022. What happens in 2023? We have yet to see. Everything's changing. We're talking about inflation, right? We think inflation's bad. Here's the thing. This is about to get really scary. First of all, let's talk about renters for a second. So renters rent from landlords. Landlords hold mortgages. Well, you have a lot of landlords with adjustable rate mortgages. So that's going to be interesting. A lot of investors were purchasing rental properties with adjustable rate mortgages. And there was a time where, many years, interest rates were going nowhere but down, right? So an adjustable rate mortgage lowered your monthly payment month after month or quarter after quarter every time the LIBOR interest rate went down. Well, the game's about to change. In fact, the game changed recently when Jerome Powell decided to raise the interest rate, the federal funds rate, 25 basis points. Now, this is going to become really interesting for those mortgage holders with adjustable rate mortgages. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people learn their lessons. Many lessons were learned back in 2007, 2008, 2009 during the original, the Great Recession. And we're in a different environment now. I'm not saying that I'm expecting some massive housing market crash, but there's going to be some drastic changes because, like I said, 6-7 rate hikes coming in just in 2022. Who knows how many rate hikes are going to come in 2023. And when it comes to real estate prices, I'm concerned. More and more buyers are not going to be able to qualify for loans. Maybe people, homeowners are saying, hey, I want to cash in. We're up 30-40% on a leveraged investment. Maybe I need to sell now while people can't afford it before the remaining 6-7 rate hikes come in. Now, it depends on how many people are thinking that way. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's a little bit too early to tell, but I do have some predictions that I'm going to save for another video. I don't want to go into it too much on this one, but the housing market is definitely going to change. And the American people I'm a little concerned with how they may respond, because what we're seeing already with these gas prices, right? It was only a couple of weeks of high gas prices and people were losing their freaking minds, right? You wait until these high gas prices affect the cost of food even more, right? Because many Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So when you have an influx of expenses in the form of gas, fuel expenses, if you're paycheck to paycheck, an extra $10 a week could be catastrophic for your budget. So wait until these increased fuel prices affect the cost of food more, right? Because how do you think the food gets on the shelves? Comes by truck. Diesel prices are up. We're expecting higher and higher gas prices going into the summer. So I don't expect any of these big companies to absorb the added cost to deliver foods to their retail stores and to their warehouses, right? As we can see here, a lot of the inventory is getting wiped out for your macaroni and cheese. In particular, look at this here, guys. Great value, 34 cents for a package of noodles or macaroni and cheese. Now, the thing that concerns me here, these empty shelves, one, but you can see that some of the more premium brands, like you got Kraft macaroni and cheese. I didn't even know that Cheetos made a macaroni and cheese, $1.13. But the point is that it's the lower price that is getting wiped out first. And so what that tells me, or at least I'm assuming that it's the lower end consumer that, you know, they're kind of wiping out the lower end brand of macaroni and cheese. Either that or they're really just tasty. Maybe Great Value is just as good as Kraft for all I know. Maybe it's just as good as Velveeta. I don't know. Velveeta is $2.98 versus you can get some Kraft for 34 cents. So yeah, so now number one, here's the thing. As we get lower and lower on the less expensive inventory, I mean, there's always a less expensive brand of product, right? But when your budget is very, very small, if you're on a fixed income, maybe you're only surviving on Social Security, maybe you're only surviving on SSI, perhaps you're only surviving on fixed income like SSDI, then when your only option was the 34 cents macaroni and cheese because they only give you $40 a month in food stamps to survive, then how do you get by? You know, so that's a little concerning to me that the lower end price point macaroni and cheese has been completely wiped out here. So and look at this here, just gone. I don't even know what was there. Oh, it's the Great Value shells. So food's gonna go up, you know, price of food's gonna go up. We were in the restaurant the other day, menus are changing. You know, the price of foods are not staying the same. I went into the restaurant. I normally order a burger and fries. And I asked the waitress, I was like, are these menus new? Oh, yeah, we got new menus. Yeah, they got new menus so they can update the prices and charge you more. So the thing is, guys, you know, things are going up. Better have your investments. You better stock up on food while it's available. You need to stock up on food while prices are at the current price before prices go up, because it's a supply and demand game. Once the supply gets low and the demand remains the same or increases, the price is going to go up. Simple as that. So, but yeah, you got to be vigilant, you guys. You got to prepare. I love sharing these videos with you guys. If you haven't already, if you're making it this far into the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate your love and support. Also, hit the like button and share this video with anyone who you know could benefit from this information. Only the smart survive and the strong. But I wanted to share some information with you guys. I'm going to be going to the store, and I want to validate some things that I've been reading about that are expected to be in low stock, low supply. Now, there is some information that I do want to share with you guys. I want to read to you. Matter of fact, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the like button. I appreciate the love and the support, you guys. Thank you for all of the positive feedback in the comments. I can't thank you guys enough. Just trying to get used to doing these kind of videos. This is a brand new channel, so if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Join the family of preparedness. Unfortunately, more people won't be prepared, but you guys will. You're part of the community. Let me share some information with you guys. So first up, President Biden actually came out and said that we are going to be experiencing a food shortage. So I first want to share that information with you guys.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real. The price of these sanctions is not just imposed upon Russia. It's imposed upon an awful lot of countries as well, including European countries and our country as well.
All right, so I just want to stop the video right there. So he first said wheat. Now, of course, he's talking about the sanctions that were placed on Russia due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. But he's first calling out, number one, he indicated that the food shortage situation is a real thing. That's first and foremost. He admitted finally that this is actually going to be a real thing. But the next thing he called out was wheat. Now, I mean, just look at the products behind me, for example. Many products we rely on each and every single day are wheat-based products. And I'm going to show you guys, if you guys look at my previous video, I walked through the grocery store and there were so many boxes of cereal missing. Empty shelves on the cereal aisle, and a primary ingredient for cereal is, guess what? It's wheat. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, why is this a big deal? Because we produce our own wheat here in the United States. Well, that is true. It shouldn't be a big deal. But you have to ask your government, why are so many wheat products being exported out of the United States? So now we are hearing the term rationing more and more. I've been hearing the term rationing more for foods, certain ingredients, certain exports. I'm hearing the term rationing in relation to diesel fuel. And many companies will resort to making sure that their citizens are fed. And so when I talked about this before in a previous video, we're a global economy, so you can't place sanctions on one country and think that it won't have unintended consequences. Okay, so you know, we're a global economy, so it's kind of like, okay, when you make waves, those waves create ripples, and those ripples continue on, and so it's a byproduct of a punishment to a country. You kind of end up punishing yourselves as well as neighboring countries that rely on the country being punished for products and services. So let me share this article with you guys. All right, so this article came out, it looks like a couple of days, last week. So it came out last week, and it says, the world could be facing a food crisis with prices soaring and crops at risk due to the war in the Ukraine, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization has said. Food prices were already high due to unpredictable weather, in part because of the climate change and due to the pandemic. Now, with the invasion of the Ukraine, the world's food systems could be tipped into disaster. It says here that exports could be blocked. We just talked about that. People can't work the land in the Ukraine, and farmers can't get the vital supplies that they need to continue growing food. Vital supplies like fertilizer, you know? Now, this is a big concern here in the United States because while we produce our own wheat, we need fertilizer to produce the wheat, right? So, and guess what? A large percentage of the fertilizers that we consume come from overseas. So this creates it creates a very unique dynamic here. While, you know, we do produce our own wheats, we're still semi-dependent on the byproduct, or we're still semi-dependent on the co-product required in order to produce it. Now, one thing that I want to share with you guys is they listed some categories of foods that they're expecting to be in short supply. So let me just kind of go over those with you. Bread, pasta, and cereals. Now I'm going to show you guys a little bit, but you can check out my previous video where I did a thorough walkthrough, and we looked at the cereal aisles, and it's starting to show its signs of shortages already. But crisps and other fried foods, maybe like these potato chips. Well, these aren't really potato chips. These are they're veggie crisps. And here's some potato chips here. Meat is another product that we're expecting to be in short supply. And one thing I want to share is, like, a lot of people are going to say, you know, a lot of people are on this health tip, and they're like, well, I don't eat meat, Ron, so it's not really going to affect me. But the thing is, well, guess what? If there's no meat, what do you think that non-meat eaters are going to eat? If there's no meat, they're going to say, well, what is available? So they're going to look around and find, okay, well, there's no meat available. We're going to look at some of these vegan or, you know, vegetable product foods that they normally wouldn't eat, but, you know, mainly because what they normally would eat, which is meat, if it's not available, they're not just going to say, oh, well, I'm just not going to eat this week. No, they're going to find an alternative. And all of a sudden, now your veggie pizza is in low stock because Americans who normally, or not necessarily Americans, but people who normally would have bought, you know, maybe a Supreme pizza out of the freezer aisle, or, you know, pepperoni pizza out of the freezer aisle, there's no meat, maybe, you know, and so Guess what? It's going to be cheese pizzas in low stock too. It's going to probably be veggie pizzas in low stock. And oil. That's another thing. Sunflower oil as well as other cooking oils are expected to be on low stock. So I've got a lot to share with you guys in this video. So as a matter of fact, let's take a look at the cooking oil in my local grocery store right now. All right, guys, so I'm about to go in this Walmart here and take a look at a couple of key items. I was reading just the other day that we are expecting to see shortages in certain types of oils. So I want to go in this Walmart here and see if that's the case, at least in my vicinity, in my Walmart here. I'm not sure if there will be shortages, food shortages for oil in all Walmarts, but I just wanted to take a quick look and just see, okay, is the media right about this one? Because a lot of times the media blows things out of proportion. I don't want people panicking and you know, freaking out if there's really nothing going on here. So I'm gonna go in here and take a look and see what things look like, and also some other staple food items that maybe some of the lower income communities, maybe not, no, I don't want to say lower income communities, those who are on fixed income. And some people have a high fixed income, some people have a moderate income level, medium income level, while being on fixed income, Social Security. You could be living off of a 401k for all I know, and it's still kind of a fixed income. Maybe you're living off of a pension, but whatever the case is, if your fixed income isn't moving because it's fixed, right? If we're faced with inflation, then your expenses are going up while your income remains the same. So you're left with less and less reserve or cash flow at the end of the month. So obviously that's going to be a problem if inflation continues to go north. But anyway, let's go inside and have a look. Holy smokes, look at this aisle here. I'm gonna flip this camera around, but I've been telling you guys, oil is going to be in low supply, and we're starting to see it already. Look at these shelves are getting wiped out. You see what I'm saying, guys? We were talking just the other day, if you remember my previous video, we were talking about oils. Sunflower seed oil or sunflower oil was supposed to be the first one that would be expected to be in low supply, but we're seeing empty shelves here on olive oil, multiple brands, and I've been keeping an eye on this. You guys, if you've been following my videos, you guys can see I was hitting up different locations and showing you where we were in terms of oil for many different brands, and we are seeing this clear as day. This is not normal. This is just crazy to see this. I'm gonna have to get a couple bottles myself before there isn't anything left. But if we even go a little bit further now, you have completely bare shelves here. So this is what we have been discussing. Look at this one, almost completely wiped out on the bottom here. And I'm not saying that there's nothing here. That's not the case. There is plenty of inventory if you want to come and purchase some oil, but we can clearly see that something's going on here. We don't normally come in here and find these shelves this empty of this one particular product. And I covered the other day that the oil coming out of cooking oil coming out of the Ukraine was going to affect our supply here, and we're seeing it, guys. We're starting to see this already here. Now, as inventories get really low, I would expect that the prices of these oils would go up because it's a supply and demand situation, right? And of course, they're not going to permit, or I don't think that they can actually stop retailers from price gouging, but I would expect prices to go up to some degree. I mean, I don't think you're going to go from, Crisco pure vegetable oil here sitting at $3.74. I don't think it's going to go to $13.74, but I would expect the prices to go up unless our inventories clear up and become more plentiful. All right, guys, so I'm back in the car. Just got through taking a look to see what was going on in Walmart in terms of inventory. Overall, I didn't see massive shortages, so that was very good to see. What I did see was kind of what I expected. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was, but multiple oils of different types, different brands were low on inventory or almost completely out of stock. So I just want to give you guys a quick update on that one, share a couple of the prices with you guys, and also give you guys what I thought would be maybe a prediction on where prices may be going in the future in the event that these shortages persist. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Also, like the video and support the channel. I appreciate that. If you're still sticking around at this point of the video, hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate your support. You guys be safe out there. Take care.